Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
All right, everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of the Frankly Francisco podcast. I'm excited today. I have one of the most up-and-coming comics on TikTok. This man's got 200,000 followers on one page, and he's got over 10,000 on his backup page. I'd like to introduce everybody to Martinez Has Jokes. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm vibing, man. What's good with you, boss?
Man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. It's amazing that somebody in your status that you're getting to right now agreed to come on, because sometimes it's hard to chase people down who's starting to blow up, because a lot of times people forget where they come from, and where they are. But you came on and you agreed to come on today, man, which I really appreciate. So for people who don't know who you are, let them know what you do.
My name's, I go by Martinez Got Jokes. That's the handle on TikTok or whatever. But, you know, I'm just a social media comic, man. I create content. I speak my mind. I just go on the internet. I speak my mind. I'm extremely opinionated. That's why I like my YouTube name is Over Opinionated TV. And, you know, I kind of say what people are scared to say. You feel what I'm saying? That's kind of like my whole thing. And I guess that's part of the appeal of it, I guess. But that's pretty much.
That's a beautiful thing, though. And the reason I say it's a beautiful thing is because now we're in a day and age where if you speak out of turn the wrong way, you can be afraid to get canceled. So is that something you're not afraid of happening to yourself? You're so self-aware of yourself, you know what you're doing is humor, that it doesn't bother you?
No, it's a real fear, like for real. Because I mean, it's almost happened to me a few times. That's why, like, initially when I started the page, I had a rule, and I wouldn't talk about race, religion, or politics. Those are things that I don't really like touching. Recently, the one thing that took me, I stepped out of character because people was asking me questions about race, like, would you date this type of girl? Would you date this type of girl? Would you date? And that started taking off. Obviously, when you see something's taking off, it's like, you know, I'm gonna run with it. You feel what I'm saying? But the thing that I'm still a comedian. So with a lot, though, when it comes to females, listen, I don't discriminate any race. Like I literally, I don't care. You look good to me. I like pussy, and that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm gonna find something funny to say about every single race. So that's what I did. Some races were cool as fuck. Like the Mexicans were cool as shit. Dominican girls were cool as shit. Even surprisingly, white women was cool as fuck. I swore, like, the white girl, I'm like, the white women are gonna get me. Nah, it wasn't like that at all. Like they can't nobody make fun of a white person better than a white person. I learned that when I did that video. I'm like, yo, I didn't know white people were so funny. Just for the white, against the white people. But that's when I started getting a lot of violations, because like Puerto Rican women got offended, and it was mainly them, to be honest. Mind you, I'm half Puerto Rican.
I'm Puerto Rican.
You're full? Oh,
I'm full, man, yeah.
Those ladies are crazy, bro. Those ladies, when I'm a comment, bro, they killed me, dog. But but it is a fear of mine, just because, you know, if a comic says that they don't care about what people think, that's bullshit, bro. Like, that's just something that sounds cool. You know, that's like when a rapper makes it and he says, like, my teacher said that I was never gonna make it. Your teacher never told you that shit, bro. Like shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's just part of the narrative or whatever. But yeah, I think about it, but I don't let it all the way hinder me. I told my friend the other day, like, because I was getting all these violations to the point that I had to make a backup page. And he's telling me, he's like, man, like, maybe you can, like, alter your content. I'm like, look, the day that I have to think about what I say, or I have to contemplate, like, okay, like, I'm not going to release this, or I have to do something that whatever the platform wants me to do, that's when I'd rather just not do comedy.
But what I don't understand is they're giving you violations, but yet you got these girls on here on TikTok that are, everything is showing except for the nipple itself, but they're not giving them violations, and they got 400,000 or 500,000 views. It's mind-boggling how the algorithm works for TikTok and what they allow and what they don't allow. Like the one that you did about the Samoan girl, that's got so many stitches, it's not even funny, and people are loving that one. Like, there is a lot of people, and there are a lot with Samoan girls.
They were the ones that had, like, the best sense of humor. Like, I knew they would, just because every Samoan that I've ever, like, seen online, they're hilarious, bro. So I figured that they would have, but dog, like, when I tell you, I think I could count the amount of like Samoans that gave me any negative backlash, and even they were cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they had a great sense of humor. That's real shit. That's
So
real
tell
shit.
me, how'd you get into comedy, man? What drove you to want to entertain people? Because from what I'm seeing from you right now, you're laid back, man. You just chilling, smoking a cigarette. But on TikTok, man, you are, I mean, you were just funny as hell, man. You bring like your energy level jumps to like 1,000 when you're on TikTok and you're making those jokes. So what was your driving force to become a comic?
Well, to be completely honest, like before comedy, I rapped. I was a rapper, and I rapped for like 15 years or whatever. Basically, what it was though was like I believe a lot in like the law of attraction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had fell into like this deep depression and stuff, right? Just a lot of stuff in life going on and stuff, and I was basically speaking all my negativity into existence because like at the time I was making basically like Joe Budden, Kevin Gates, like suicide anthems, like you know what I'm saying, like the weekend and shit. Like it was bad. And but I kept making the music or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I was in my life was getting worse and worse and worse. And I was living in my car at the time. And when I was living in my car, I was like, I don't know, like I was a heavy alcoholic too. Like I was drinking all the time, so I was like always in an altered state of mind and all that other stuff or whatever. And at the time, I was going through, like I think everybody goes through a point in their life when they kind of question like their spiritual beliefs, and you know. And I was at that point in time when I was really questioning God. I was like this close to being an atheist. And now I'm an extremely like religious spiritual person now. Like and I grew up in the church, but you know, at the time I was questioning it just because of the circumstances that I was undergoing at the time. And, you know, I needed a positive outlet aside from like what I was doing. I was drinking every day. I was smoking every day, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But that wasn't really helping me. But I noticed that, you know, I was always funny. Like I was always like a class clown type of dude or whatever. But I started watching like comedy online just to like, you know, see, you know, just to watch something and escape. And through laughter, I would notice that, you know, even if it's a momentary, like for a small increment of time, you know, it's very minute in like the you know, the spectrum of time itself, you know what I'm saying? But for that small increment of time, like I would forget about my problems. And you know, I always wanted to kind of do like YouTube, I guess. But I never did it because it would take away from my rap stuff. Because a lot of the YouTubers that would try to rap, like nobody would take them serious. And I knew that my comedy would take off just because everybody would tell me to do it. But I was passionate about rap. I had quit rapping when I was 25 because it's like, yo, I've been doing this since I was 11. You know what I'm saying? And nothing really transpired from it. So I had started doing the comedy, and I did it for a little bit. It didn't really do nothing. Then in 2016, and I remember I did it because it was helping me feel better. You know, you're living in your car, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and circumstances are really negative, and whatever the case may be, like you need some sort of escape. And I knew that I was destined to do this. It was 2016. The first thing that happened was on Instagram. When I was rapping, my page was on 2,000 subscribers for like 3 years, my Instagram or whatever, right? 2016, I had been doing comedy for like serious, probably like at the time 6 months. Nothing took off. Like over like in a week, I went up from those 2,000 subscribers that I had, the followers that I had for 3 months. It jumped up, and it jumped up to 6,000.
Wow!
Like out of nowhere. And I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh shit, this may be it. And I knew that it was meant to happen. It wasn't because of that. It was because my mom had hit me, and she was like, because my first dream was playing basketball. Like a lot of people don't know, like I played ball, like for real, like serious.
Nice.
My mom told me, she was like, all right, so with basketball, I ain't really think you was gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't think that was gonna be nothing. Cause me and my mom, we like real cool, and like we talk to each other straight up. And then she told me like, oh, with the music, like, you know, I ain't think, but she told me this right here, this is gonna work for you. I'm telling you. And just by her, because my mom was not that supportive mom that'd be like, yeah, you know, when your kid is trash at something and then you still support them, like, oh, this is my baby. No, your baby sucks. Yeah, your baby is so trash. You know what I'm saying? But like my mom would have never like gassed me, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom was my first like bully, but in a positive way. She built like tough skin. You feel what I'm saying? And no, but when she told me that that's the only person that I had to hear it from. So when she told me that, I was like, okay. And I grinded it out. And dog, like a lot of people think that it just happened overnight. Like
it doesn't.
Nah, bro, like through TikTok, like they'll see the growth in TikTok now and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like I've been doing this like for real since I started dropping videos on YouTube at the end of 2015. And I had videos online that probably that are like from 2010 skits and stuff that I was never like consistent with it. You feel what I'm saying? I've been on and off with this shit, bro. Like this ain't nothing like new type shit. You know what I'm saying?
So I can't figure, like for me, I can't, like the algorithm has always been an issue for me. Like my videos couldn't get past 600. Like I would stop, like at peak at 600, it wouldn't go past that. And then this last video that I put up, because I was talking about how I'm not dark enough to be embraced by the Black community or light enough to be embraced by the Hispanic community, because you know we got colorism in our culture. So, but I relate to a lot of what you're saying, man, because in my last podcast, that's what I was talking about. I lived in my car for 3 months, man, because I took a job down in Carolinas. I lived in Cleveland, and I took a job to move down here, but I didn't have nowhere to live here, so I had to pay my rent with my wife and my kids, leave them there, and then I was living out of my truck, living at a gas station, eating, sleeping, taking a shower at the gas station, everything, man, for 3 months until I was able to actually find a house. And it was difficult down here in the Carolinas because the house pricing down here is crazy. But I went through everything you're going through, man. Depression, like this is my outlet. Like how comedy is your outlet and you know how to talk to people to make them laugh. My outlet is talking to people like you, people who have those life experiences that people want to hear this stuff, man. You're brilliant in the sense that you knew what was working for you at some point and what wasn't working. And you know what it's like to have to wait. And I think it's a good message to send these people. It'll come at some point. You waited 3 years for your stuff to jump. And look where you are now, man, over 200,000 followers, man. And then that's on one profile. And then the other one that you just opened up, you already got 10K followers because everybody.
That when I tell you that blew my mind, like I was shocked, dog. Like, cause I made it and I'm like, man, cause I couldn't even promote it because I was banned on my regular page. I just put up 10 videos. I picked 10 videos that I didn't think would get violations. And I just posted them up. And I wouldn't even go on that page. I'll still be looking at stuff from my regular page. I'll go back and it'll jump and it'll jump and it'll jump. And when it hit 10K, I'm like, it's been like 72 hours, dog. Like I was shocked, bro.
That's
like,
love, though. That's love. That shows the hard work that you've been putting in is starting to pay off for you. Now, the next step for you is I see you got a YouTube channel. That's over 1,000 subscribers already as well. YouTube is a hard nut to crack, man, because if you didn't get in YouTube in the early days, you're not a YouTuber, OGO YouTuber. It's your content has to be miles and above a lot of things for you to get viewers and to get likes and to get subscribers on YouTube. But TikTok is a big platform, man. Right now, I think that's overtaken. Honestly, I think it's overtaken IG and it's overtaken Facebook right now. Well, Meta, it's called Meta now. But I think TikTok is where it's at right now, man. I think you're gonna build your following to the point. I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of years, man. You're over a million subscribers because you have that much talent and you put that much work into effort into your comedy. Yeah. So for somebody who doesn't understand what it takes to do that, do you write your jokes? Do you have something that you record them, or it just comes out naturally?
I used to write my jokes. Like if you go on my page and you like scroll down, you'll notice like there was a time that I had bought like a Canon camera. So you'll notice the quality is crazy. And they'll have like beats behind me talking and stuff, and they'll be really edited and stuff or whatever. Those used to be written. But the thing about it was that like the delivery wasn't where I wanted it to be. You feel what I'm saying? Like it was too scripted. It was too perfect. Like the jokes were more meticulous, you know what I'm saying? But it was too scripted. So what I do now, I stopped doing that once I got an iPhone because I had a Droid, so my quality was shit, so I couldn't record from my phone. When I had switched over to the iPhone, I basically took like the Lil Wayne method, and I punch in, and I just improvise everything as I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And it flowed amazing or whatever. And then that's why like everything. That's when like my page started taking off, when I started doing that, because I get to talk in my basically. If you notice, I get a lot of comparisons like Cat Williams or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. Because the octave in my voice gets high, right? But the reason why is because like that's how I am when I'm playing around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm joking, like, man, what up? And I'm like, you roasting with your homeboys and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I laugh, what? Like, whatever. And that's how but that's me literally delivering how I deliver in conversation with my homies and shit. You feel what I'm saying? And that's when my best material comes out and stuff like that. So once I switched over and I stopped writing jokes and I was able to essentially, I feel like now in my videos, I get to be myself, because obviously there's different sides of me. You know what I'm saying? There's a side that you seeing right now. You know, we're having serious conversation. And I try to explain that to people. Like people like, oh, I get a lot of comments like, oh, is that your real voice? Like I get that comment a lot, right? And I'll be like, well, it depends. Like, well, I can't tell them that, but I'll be like, well, that depends on the conversation that I'm having. If I'm having a serious conversation with somebody, you know how annoying it would be. Like to be like, we talking about some real shit. Like, man, let me tell you about world hunger. Like,
yeah, I get it.
Like, you know, it'd be like whatever. So we're gonna have like a serious conversation. But if we having playful banter, which is what I do on TikTok, it's satirical to an extent. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna be my playful side. You feel what I'm saying? But because I'm a person that has experienced so many things, like. You told me before we start shooting the podcast, a lot of comedians, we're not on all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will be surprised how analytical we have to be as people. My mind is always running. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always thinking, and it's not about material. It turns into material, but I see something. You know what I'm saying? And I'll think of like, you know, like the other day, it'll be the smallest thing. Like my boy, my boy wrote a status on Facebook the other day, and it was like, oh, how did someone as ugly as Pete Davidson get Kim Kardashian? You know what I'm saying? And immediately my mind thought of a whole bit, like just seeing his thing. It was like literally like what are you talking about? First of all, are you saying that Kanye West is cute? That's what it sounds like. You think Kanye West is the Donda Don Dada. That's what you think right now. And I was like, and then it just started thinking of everything. And I was just like, well, women only like two things, and they only want two things. If you can provide them those two things, you good. If you could feed them because they love to eat, and if you can make them laugh, you know what I'm saying? Like, then you're good to go. You know what I'm saying?
But Pete Davidson has a reputation though. Pete Davidson has a reputation. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, this fucking wiener sticks or whatever. Or whatever. Oh man.
Yeah, that's his reputation.
Yeah, like not like it, but that's how my mind thinks, like or whatever, and like anything turns into material, but it's just by being like over analytical. I'll just piece together stuff, and then like those little things I just told you are just two things that I just thought of, and it just clicked in my mind. And you notice I never dropped that video, I never made that video, nothing. It literally just goes into the back of my mind, and then I just snap back out of it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's pretty much how it is or whatever.
But see, this is why I think it's the brilliance of you. You can find anything you want, and you can turn it into comedy. But you know what to use and what not to use, and I think that's brilliant when it comes to that, because you can put out so much more material than you are right now. But then at the same time, how many videos do you average a day on TikTok?
Depending on the day, like the last, like because I was blocked for like 72 hours, I came back. That's why you see an influx of videos.
Yeah, I see a ton of them. Yeah,
that's just me playing catch up. So basically what it was I whatever. But like usually I try to like keep it like 1 to 2. Okay. Honestly, if I think that they're really strong, if I feel like they're okay, or it's me bantering with the comments and stuff, I'll do like 4 or something like that. There'll be days though, because like certain days, like people don't understand. Certain days I just don't be funny. Like I'll drop something and I'll be like, this sucks. Like you don't understand. Like I'll watch my video, I'll let it get to like 80. And I look at the ratio, and I'll literally watch the video, and I know when my shit sucks. See, a lot of these artists overall, whether they're musicians, whether they're comedians, they're not, they need to learn how to criticize themselves better. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not able to distinguish when their shit is ass. I've dropped so much shit and been like, yo, this is so ass right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'll take it down myself. Like nobody got to tell me it's trash. I know it's trash. You know what I'm saying? And but it depends. Lately I've been okay. But like I'll go through a week. I may not even drop something a whole week because I'll just think everything I drop is ass type shit or whatever.
You do a really good job. I'll give you a lot of credit, man, because you do most influencers do, because you're an influencer now, because you have 200,000 followers. You're an influencer, but you do a really great job from what I see. I read the comments, man, and you interact so much with the people writing comments is phenomenal, man. What makes you embrace those comments? Because a lot of these influencers don't do that.
Yeah, and I think that's so like trash to be real. Like nah, like because like I'm all right. So I guess it has to do with whatever your upbringing is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a person that has, you know, struggled a lot in life. So and you know, I know that I've prayed for this. Like sincerely, like I pray like right now. These are my two book. I fill both of these up. These are my daily prayers. Like literally, I write whatever. I know I pray for this. So you have to be thankful for the people that help you reach your prayers and reach your goals and things of that nature or whatever. Like without these people, you are not anybody. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm like such an important figure or nothing like that, but these people have helped me garner like whatever attention I've gotten to this point in time. So I try to build, and my whole thing is like, I try to build a genuine interaction with people, like a genuine type of bond. That way, you know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna fuck with you. They're gonna fuck with you as a person. If you're an entertainer, you have to be relatable. You have to be approachable. You have to be, you know what I'm saying? They have to feel like they're almost like your friend. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna support your friend. You're not gonna support, you know, somebody that you think is a dickhead or whatever the case may be. You know, you feel what I'm saying? And you just don't know. Plus, like I try, like people think because I troll people a lot or whatever. I troll people that troll me. They think like I'll be like some type of dickhead or some other shit like that. Like nah, like honestly, like I'll be cool as fuck with these people. Like if you notice, like I've tried so hard not to disrespect people and all type of shit, just because you know I know a lot of these people. I've even noticed like the people that will write foul shit about me. Like I'll respond to them or whatever, and they think that I'm mad, and they're like, "Whoa, like chill out, dude. Like I think you're still funny. Like whoa, like, you know what I'm saying?" And I'm like, "Okay, like you just wanted a response.
Just a response, yeah.
That's what it is. You know, like a lot of people be like your supporters and stuff like that, and you know, I don't know, like it's lame, but I just feel like that's my way of showing people appreciation, I guess.
So I have to disagree with you on one thing. You are important. The reason I say you are important is because you tell stories a lot too. And you were telling the story of how it used to be an F up all the time and you had somebody that had your back. But those are the type of stories that help people through. So you are important because even if you help one person, it's like helping a million people. You don't realize it because that one person can take that lesson that they learned from you and pass it on to somebody else. And you have a chain reaction. We call it the echo chamber. And it just goes on and on and on and on. So you are important to people, man. You just don't realize it. You know what I mean? Because everybody's self-deprecating. We always put ourselves, nobody puts more pressure on us than us because we feel like we always want to do better and be better. But never think you're not important to somebody, man, because you definitely are. It shows just by how you can turn it on from comedy to being serious on your TikToks and you giving people a message. Your belief system is what's getting you through. Everybody should have faith in something, man. You know what I mean? Everybody should have faith in something. And I think moving forward, I think it's what's keeping you going and it's what's, you know, making things brighter for you and brighter for your future. So I congratulate you on that, man.
And it's cool that you say that because like my whole thing when I was building my platform is like, you know, because I've always dealt with it even happened recently when I posted some shit and it kind of surprised me, but like I guess people have taken notice that I'm a lot smarter than they would think that I would be, and I've dealt with that my entire life or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm trying to like my entire thing is like I'm trying to like keep a balance between righteous and ratchetness. You get what I'm saying? So like
yeah, you need to put that on a t-shirt, man.
like real shit though. Like that's my objective. So it's like, and that's another part of my prayer is like for as much laughs as I provide people, I also want to provide just as much hope. Everything that you experience in life has a purpose. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens for nothing. If that makes sense, you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
everything really occurs for a reason. So I know that my life has happened the way that it's happened because it was supposed to happen that way. But once you've experienced all that shit, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna utilize the lessons that you garnered from your experiences, right? So what I choose to do, and a lot of people are like, you don't have to say all that. It's like, you may feel like I don't have to, but I feel like I have to. I have to share this because I don't know who has to hear this. You don't know who's watching your videos and they need some sort of hope. They need some sort of inspiration, some motivation. And I'm going to provide that, because if you could see me and I'm a fuck up and I ain't had shit and I lived in my fucking car and I came up from nothing and I'm where I'm at right now, then you can do it. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
You feel what?
Yeah.
And that's real shit. Like,
but that's respect, though. But that's respect. Everybody has, and I tell people all the time, this is why I have this platform. This is why I interview people like you, man, because you have a story to tell. Like, your story is unique to you. And if you can tell that story to somebody and it can affect their lives in a positive way, why not? Like, it was meant to be for me to write you on TikTok to get you on this interview, man. And it happened right away. And I respect that, man. And the fact that we're here and we're talking and you're telling people and showing people the real you, just not the comedic side, man. There's a balance that goes with that, because you can't always be funny, but you can't always be serious. There has to be a balance. I'm like you, my mind runs a lot. Like, I have a daughter, ADHD. I'm always thinking, 6 months ahead of what I need to do. And I put a lot of pressure on myself. So I get depressed as well sometimes. But this right here, these conversations, it helps a lot, man, because it lets me know there's other people out there that have the same mindset, that want to be successful, but at the same time, they want to help people and motivate people, which is something that you do, man.
It's all about I believe in paying your blessings forward with whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because like, perfect example is like a big pet peeve of mine. It's like, I hate when people get like they don't want to give homeless people money. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like, oh, they're gonna use it for drugs or whatever. Let them use it. You ain't never been like assed out like that. Sometimes you need a beer, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes like, you fucked up right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you use it for. I'm doing it because I'm paying my blessings forward, because I used to be you. And who knows, I can be you again tomorrow, and I'll need you to help me out. Yeah. And you gonna look at me crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been homeless, so I've had conversations with homeless people. Not everybody got fucked up because of drugs and all that shit. Some of these people were Fortune 500 company owners and shit, bro. Like, no bullshit. And they're not telling me that because they're on fucking Flocka or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they're telling me that shit like from a sincere place. They just lost it all. You know what I'm saying? And they're on tough times or whatever. But just how they got it the first time, you can get it again. Anything that you've already got once, you can get it again. So just how they had, 6 figures, 7 figures before, they can get that shit again. And I could lose everything that I have. And I may need this person that I'm helping right now. I may need them tomorrow. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you never know how the tables turn. God's gonna put you in situations like that to see how you react, because he knew that he blessed you with certain shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. he blessed you with certain shit, and he gave you the opportunity to help somebody else out, right? And you chose not to do so because you got so greedy with your blessings. Just as fast as God give you some shit, it's just how fast he could take them shits away. You dig what I'm saying? And that's how I view life. Like, because I've lost shit multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Anytime that I get anything, one I don't get too comfortable, because I feel I could lose it at any moment. You feel what I'm saying? And I also feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that, honestly. Like, just because nothing is promised. Tomorrow isn't promised. You feel what I'm saying? So I take everything like that, and I also look at everything as a blessing. Everything is truly a blessing. And just as fast as God gave it to me, he could take it away. You know what I'm saying?
So sometimes I have to sit back. And I tell people all the time, it's not materialistic stuff that I want. I'm not worried about that. I don't need a mansion. I don't need a BMW or Mercedes. I am more worried about being better every day. You know what I mean? That's my goal in life, is to learn something new every day, is to meet people like you, to give your message to other people. I think that's my calling. Your calling is to make people laugh, to make people's lives brighter. My calling is to have people like you give their message to a broader audience, my audience, your audience, and they can see a different side of how you work. Now, have you started booking shows? Are you trying to do stage shows, or are you just strictly just sticking to video?
I personally, and like a lot of people don't understand, I've gotten to the point, I guess I bullshit a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's like, when you gonna do stand up? I'm like, yeah, soon. I am lying. I am not doing stand up at all. You know, like that's not in my plans, I guess. I want to do social media stuff. Like, I want to be able to make a living, wake up every day and create content. I'm gonna give you the stuff all, you know, consistently. I'm going to create content. I want to be able to work on every platform and make a decent living off of it. But like when it comes like rapping, you know what like, I remember I wanted to be a rapper like Lil B. I wanted to be a YouTube rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to do the music videos. I wanted to do the music, drop a million songs and stuff. But I don't like shows. I perform, dog. And when I tell you I've done shows, like, people will tell you they do shows and they perform at a fucking pool hall. You know what I'm saying? Like with 6 people. Dog, I opened up for Wale. I opened up for Waka Flocka. I opened up for Roscoe Dash. I opened up for Schoolboy Q. I opened up for Pusha T. Like, I've done like, for real. Like, yeah, like I opened up for Gunplay. I opened up for Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'll open up for Riff Raff. Motherfucking Riff Raff, dog. No, you know Riff Raff got a fan base, but like, there was one dude out there, he had a hot dog suit on, brother. He had the wildest fan base, bro. I was shocked, bro. But no, like, I've been in front of big audiences and stuff, and I hated it because I have really bad anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like performing in front of people. I don't even perform well in front of people. Like, and people don't understand that. They think that everybody that makes jokes, they want to be stand-up comics and shit, right? I don't aspire. I know I have the delivery of a stand-up comic, but that's because I love stand-up comedy. I'm a fan of the art form. Like, from a little kid, dog, I used to watch Def Poetry Jam. My first favorite show, my two first favorite shows, believe it or not, as a little kid, my first favorite show was Seinfeld, and my second favorite show was Martin. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm talking about as a kid, you know what I'm saying? I'm understanding Seinfeld's jokes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been a fan of the art. I just don't want to do it, if that makes sense. Like,
I understand 100%. It's not something that you need to be in front of an audience to do. People have built entire empires just doing social media, like entire empires off social media. So what's are you planning on making more longer videos? I mean, you could do a stand-up special with nobody in the audience, like the one comic did. There was nobody in there. He did it by himself, you know what I mean, in front of a camera, and he did the whole special by himself. There was nobody in the room. It was a Netflix special that came out. So do you
something like that? Like, that's not a problem. I know, like, I got homeboys that do like movies, like legit movies and stuff, and I could film something like that, and they can add little laugh tracks, and then I could put it out. Once I get to a certain platform, you know, that I could afford to do something like that, I would love to do something like that. But like, me wanting to do stand-up, like, nah, like, I want, like, just how, like, you're saying, like, creating some sort of a platform, you know, like I look at myself now like my brand. Like, you know, like, the first thing you ask me is like, Martinez got jokes. Is that what you gonna go by? Like, nah, you can call me Martinez because that's like my artist name, I guess. But my brand is Martinez got jokes. That's why I brand everything with that. You feel what I'm saying? If I make any merch in the future or whatever, like, you'll have that on it. I got a logo with it, you know what I'm saying? This is a dopest logo, but it's like so unoriginal. I just took the Martin logo and I added the EZ and then I put the got jokes in and stuff. It actually looks dope. I ain't gonna stunt on you. But yeah, like, I'm just trying to honestly just be but when I tell people that, they think like when you're a comedian that you want to do stand up and this is your aspiration to do, like, you know, you want to do it in front of people. Like, I don't know. You know how much it would suck? Like, you come in with your best material and nobody laughs. Like, you know, like, I don't have to see whether you laugh or not. So that's the blessing of social media. I just tell it to my shit. I keep playing it back. I don't like this part. Let me do this part again. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that live.
Yeah,
you know
can't.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think it's smart though. I think it's smart. You find what your niche is. You find where you want to be. You find where your groove is at. I mean, there's so many options. You can do radio. You might be able to get a gig doing, you know, on Sirius Satellite, or get a gig on somebody's radio show as, you know, one of the comics on the show that's talking and making everybody laugh. There's so many avenues for you to go, man. At the end of the day, you just got to find what's going to make you the most comfortable and what you feel is going to be the most economical decision that you have to make, because TikTok can blow you up, but I don't think really, unless you're starting to get sponsors, which I hope you are, unless you're starting to get sponsors, TikTok really doesn't pay out much for the videos. Everything comes through sponsorship. Everything comes in through, you know, the links where you click on and people buy stuff that you're promoting. So are you starting to get some of those things? Are you starting to get sponsorship deals? Are you getting people interested in you?
Nah, like I'm gonna be so real with you, and I made a video about this actually. Oh, and to go with what you were saying, one of the things on my bucket list, I'm gonna say it on this podcast because it's gonna happen. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. I just know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be on Wild 'N Out. I'm telling you, this been on my bucket list since forever. I'm gonna be on fucking Wild 'N Out, and I'm saying it on the podcast here. I'm gonna be on Wild 'N Out. All right. But the sponsorship, no, like I don't even. If you notice, I don't even put my Cash App up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to make money off of nobody. Now, has anybody hit me? I get hit up for promos and I charge for promos. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when people are like, have you made money off of TikTok? I've made money off of TikTok, but I could count the amount of money off of TikTok. It's less than $200. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even charge people crazy. Like, you would think that, like, a page like mine, like, I would charge, like, a crazy amount. I'll be like, yo, give me $50. I'll post your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do whatever. Stupid shit like that. And I'll waste it the same day. I'll be like, yo, I want pizza. You know what I'm saying? I'll get a fucking pizza or some shit. Like, it is what it is. But nah, like nobody has really hit me up. I just get a lot of like promo.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. I believe that's coming for you, man. You have too much talent. You have too much talent for not for something not to come your way, man. You know what I mean? You gonna have to put an audition tape in for Wild 'N Out, man. You got to send it in. You gotta figure it out.
I have to,
you gotta figure it out. Put a tape together, man. Show them how funny you are, man, and get on the show. I mean, if 10 challenge rounds you can get on Wild 'N Out, you should be able to get on Wild 'N Out. You know what I mean?
I think he's one of my YouTube influencers.
Tim, sure. I like Tim. Tim is to me, I watch his stuff all the time. The No Chaser podcast, I watch that. I don't think he's like I don't think he's that funny. I think he's more, his stuff is more to me like he can rap phenomenal. I love his music. Tim can rap. I just don't think
his music. But
yeah,
Tim.
Tim. Yeah, man. Yeah, Tim got some good music. Like people sleep on Tim. Tim got some good music. I'm just not a fan. I'm not really a fan of his comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like his comedy really didn't. Something about the comedy didn't take off. But I love No Chaser. I love the conversations that they have. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't really fan of his music. I was more a fan of his music than I was his actual comedy. But that's just me though.
He's charismatic.
Very.
Yeah, very charismatic. So like, and he's charismatic and he's good with puns. So it makes him. He's really. I'm like, yo, how you think of this stupid shit, bro? You know what I'm saying? But he's really good with puns and shit. So like that helps him. I actually thought Ricky Shucks was funnier than him. Like,
Ricky's hilarious, man. But he's deadpan. Ricky has that deadpan humor. And I think that's what's great because his delivery's fantastic. His delivery's spot on. You notice when Tim tells a joke, Ricky he come out right behind it and just has a comment to say, just deadpan humor. And it's phenomenal, man. His mind for comedy is great. He just doesn't put it forward much.
But the fact that you brought up Tim and you do YouTube, I think that you're influenced by the same like era of YouTube as me. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like the people that really, and this is gonna be funny, but the people that have made me want to like start doing social media comedy or whatever, like it was honestly like Jerry Levine Jr., Hot Damn I Rock, and it was Tim. Believe it or not, it was Tim, dog. Like I was like, yo, and it was. I ain't gonna lie, like I used to watch Spoken Reasons a lot, but then I found out like I was like, he's not even funny, like for real, like nah, Spoken Reasons not funny for real. But those are the people that like in 2011, I was like 21, dog. Like I used to watch these motherfuckers like nonstop and be like, yo, I want to do this, bro. And if you watch some of my older videos, like I'm talking about old, like 2012. You know what I'm saying? I used to do it just like with the same format as like as Hot Damn I Rock and Jerry Levine. I used to take it like Jerry, like the same format as Jerry Levine. Put the music on, and I used to be so like how my tone is now, like mellow, like monotone. It was my objective was to be a monotone and to be like the biggest asshole that I could be. And I used to say some wild asshole shit, bro. And but. I don't know why I brought that up. It just triggered me.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. This is the point. We talk, you know, it's an open platform. We talk about whatever. That's the game. There's no format where we have to go this and this in a route. It's whatever you feel comfortable. People get to know you, man. They get to know your likes and your dislikes. So tell everybody where they can find you at. Besides, we obviously know TikTok. Martinez has jokes. Martinez has jokes, and then Martinez has jokes too, right?
Yeah.
And then what are the other platforms that you're on?
I'm on YouTube, which is Over Opinionated TV, and then the number one. I'm on for YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. That's Martinez_got_jokes. I'm on Apple Music. I'm on Spotify. I'm on all that. That's Christian Martinez. If you want to know another side of me, I made music for a long time. I have an EP. It's called Midlife Crisis that I released it earlier this year. You can check out my single. It's called Ramen Noodles or whatever. I got that on my YouTube. And those are the platforms that I'm on. I don't know if I should be on any other platforms, but that's what I'm on as of right now. So, yeah.
So everybody, this has been Martinez. I am Francisco. I thank you for coming on the show, man. I appreciate you. You're welcome to come on the show anytime. You're a breath of fresh air when it comes to this stuff, because you're not fake, man. You know what I'm saying? You're coming from the heart about what you're saying. And I think this is a message that people need to hear. And I think you're going to continue to blow up, man. And I wish you nothing but success. So I appreciate you coming on the show.
Likewise, bro. Like, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your platform. And, you know, I wish you nothing but success. You know what I'm saying? You seem like a real genuine type dude. You feel what I'm saying? And that's really refreshing, because you meet a lot of fake people in this game, dog. So thank you for the opportunity.
No problem. All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in. We'll talk to you later.